have you heard the good news? We have a new baby in Republic City. But like, why is this baby so important? Well, let me tell you, this baby is the son of the Tenzin. Tenzin is the last known master of airbending. All the airbenders got eradicated 100 or so years ago, so he's the last one. And we need to bump those airbending numbers up. So hopefully this new kid he has is also an airbender. He has 3 other children, 2 girls, 1 boy. They are all airbenders, but they have not mastered it yet. But hopefully this new kid he's gonna have is an airbender. So what we need to do is we need to find out if it's an airbender or not. So how we're gonna do that is we're gonna go back 3 generations of Tenzin's family, and we are going to figure out if Rohan right here, if he is going to be an airbender or if he's not going to be an airbender. So in order to find out if Rohan is an airbender or not, we have done some previous Punnett square things, and we have concluded that this pedigree has 3 modes of inheritance: autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, and X-linked recessive. And you can see where we've done all that here. The first genotype would be the autosomal dominant genotype. Second one is autosomal recessive genotype. And then the third would be the X-linked recessive genotype. And you can also see who has airbending and who doesn't by the filled-in box means airbending. Empty circle or empty box means they do not have the airbending trait. So now we'll talk about the 2 modes of inheritance that do not work for this pedigree for the airbending trait. So first is X-linked dominant. This does not work because here, Aang would have to be X big A on the Y, big A meaning airbending, and Katara would have to be XX little a because she does not have airbending. So when you cross those, all the females would have to be what all be heterozygous dominant for airbending, but Kaya here does not have that airbending trait. And that also doesn't work for males because the males they will not have the airbending trait, and Tenzin does have the airbending trait. So X-linked dominant does not work in this pedigree. And the other mode of inheritance that does not work is being Y-linked, and that's pretty easy to tell because Y-linked means all the males would have to have the trait, and we can see here, not all the males have the trait. So now that we have all the background information out of the way, we can focus on Rohan now. So if we go by the autosomal dominant genotype, we cross big A, little a, we can either get little a or big A, little a. If we do the autosomal recessive, it'll be little a times big A, little a, and those will have the same results as the last one, but just flipped. And if we do the X-linked recessive, it'll be that times this equals X big AY or X little AY. So Rohan has a 50% chance pretty much of either not being or being an airbender. That concludes my video, and now I'm going to do a little bit of a crawl, like the Star Wars thing, giving my references for all of the pictures that I used, and that is all.